Aquaman, issue number 6. That's right, folks. We're continuing on this epic adventure with some of the most water-based characters in mythology, or I guess just in the DC universe. We got Captain Nemo last time around. We do get a new addition to the team this issue. Not to particularly say they are a water-based character, but we'll get to that in a minute here. One thing I'm finding about this book that is just really interesting is how fast-paced it is. There is a lot that is just coming at you, and it's like, let's just keep moving. No time to rest. Big squid, we'll fight it. Stuff all around you, dead gods, we'll fight them. It doesn't matter. It's kind of interesting in that aspect, and I'm having a wonderful time with this book. So we open up this issue in the haven of the divine deep. It's somewhere deep within the blue, and we are there with a bunch of elder gods. They're just some gods from space and time, all connected to the blue in some capacity. All got very distinctive looks. If they are from mythology or from an extended DC universe, that's lost on me. But they're all kind of complaining how, like, Dagon has taken over all the ocean and all the blue. They think that their combined power might be able to fight him off, and one of them like stands up against him, and then Dagon's just like, why don't you just shut up, and like uses some weird power and beats him, kills him, turns him into a thing. We'll come back to what that thing is later, but we see that Dagon just destroys all these gods, and he's like, they were but a trifle. I wonder if Arthur will be more of a challenge. Cut to what Arthur is doing. And him and Vivian are on top of the Nautilus, and they're being attacked by a big squid snake creature of the deep. This book is giving us a lot of mythical looking creatures for Arthur to fight, which is a great idea. I think in modern DC continuity, you should go for a fantasy route with Aquaman, and a lot of the other characters went science fiction. Let's go fantasy over here. So a big sea creature, it's really cool. And a good portion of this book is him fighting the sea creature, and that's pretty cool. So, it ain't looking good for them. Arion thinks he's got like a spell that might be able to help like distract the creature. So he like says his enchantment, it distracts enough where they can like grab hold of the Nautilus and escape, but the creature is still relentless and pursuing them. Are they going to be able to outrun it? It's possible. That's when Arthur goes to like the back of the Nautilus. He's like, okay, time to show them why they call me Aquaman. He like uses his super speedy legs and pushes them further away from the creature, which is really cool. I really dig that. What a fun idea. I'm sure we've seen that elsewhere, and I'm almost positive I've seen it elsewhere, but it's just, that's what you want to see. We're in the water. Aquaman's the water guy. He should be able to like use his big muscly legs and push them away. We then get a very interesting scene where it's just like time to decompress with Arthur and Vivian. They are drinking some weird concoction that Arion made for them. So they're just going to, sit down, relax, and just experience the trials of surviving in the blue, which I think is very interesting. This is also the first issue where we have a guest artist. It is it Michael Shelfer? Michael Shelfer? I think it looks good. The colors are still very vibrant, and the designs still really work. I can't imagine it's easy to draw a big squid-looking creature like that, so I gotta commend any artist that gets to do that and makes it look authentic each time it happens, because that creature appears in more than one panel, so that's pretty impressive. We then reach the haven of the divine deep. We have to go through the haven in order to get to like the place where Arthur's family is. It looks deserted and desecrated. Arthur's like, we should get out of here quickly before Dagon and his mercenaries come to interrupt us. And he says mercenaries like he's saying mermaid, but cenaries. It's clever wordplay that only works in a comic book, and I appreciate it so much for that. So they're going to get out and explore. I love that when they get out to explore, Nemo is in this really old school looking suit, like a classic looking diver's suit. It is so cool. Like, that's what I want to see. Give me stuff that's nautical themed. That's such a fun idea. I am surprisingly excited, and this is unrelated to Aquaman, but AMC is releasing like a prequel series called Nautilus that's about like the events leading up to 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I'm really pumped for that. I hope it's good. I don't know if it's going to be good, but I hope it's good. So they make their way to like a secret place where there's like a special casket thing that's just like perched in the middle. What do they call it? I think Arion calls it a cask of capture. It's a magical artifact that can hold just about anything. So that's a plant for something that's about to happen. Suddenly they hear some noise. Something's following them in the shadows, whispering usurpers, and it's like, ooh, what could that be? And that's when the undead corpses of all of the gods that we just saw at the beginning of the book come to attack them. And we learn that what happened to these gods is similar to the same thing that happened to Vivian earlier on in the book when she became the Jenny Greenteeth thing. So they're going to have to fight their way through some hordes, which is really fun. Just spinning it on its head of water-based creatures for Aquaman to fight. I think that's a really neat and nifty idea. I like where we're headed with all this stuff, but the fight isn't looking good. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to get out of this one very easily. So Arion has the bright idea. Why don't we open up the cask of capture? Maybe it can help us in some capacity. Everyone's like, that does not seem like a good idea. But he's like, I'm just going to do it anyways. So he opens it up and he's like, wait, there's just water in here. And that's when the water swoom, splashes out and attacks everybody. And as it attacks all the people that are there, they start turning back to a more normal state. And you're like, oh, that's some interesting water. What does that mean? Another water-based character or concept to add into this mythology? I'm interested to see where that could go. Okay. So as it's happening, it's Arion who's like, Arthur, did you control that water to stop them? He's like, no, that wasn't me. And then we get the final reveal before the last page where it's hey, Aquaman. So somebody knows Aquaman. And as we get to the final page of this book, we see that it is one of the Wonder Twins that was captured in there. I don't remember his name, but it's the guy Wonder Twin. He's like, long time no see. And he was in the cask of capture. That is such an interesting idea. I guess he can be water-based, so it adds to the aquatic-based characters in this story. But that's fun. Sometimes you just gotta play ball, and if you have to reintroduce the Wonder Twins, you can go ahead and do that. I think Jeremy Adams is a really good writer, so he's like, I know how to do this. If I'm going to introduce a new character every couple issues, why not have it be a Wonder Twin? That's really fun. I don't remember his name, but it's the guy. I'm really digging this book. I mean, the colors are just so incredible. And I commend how insane the designs are and how we've been very consistent in drawing those. It looks really good. It's so fun. Very interesting. Zombies and Wonder Twins and Captain Nemo. I cannot be mad at a book that has Captain Nemo as a character. That is just a really cool concept that just came out of left field for me. I'm so on board with that. What a neat idea. Very, very excited to see where we're headed. Because I don't know anymore. I feel after we leave this haven, we're headed to where Arthur's family is. But there's got to be more to it than that. I guess we're going to find out. Anyways, it's really good. I'm all in. I'm all in on this book. I know I keep saying that, but it's true. I think it's great. So, Aquaman, issue number 6. I am going to give an 8 out of 10. Now, thank you all for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And of course, I will catch you in the next one. Have fun. Stay safe. Good luck.